Well, what's going on, guys? It's Taher here, back today with another YouTube video, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about something that's just popped up into my head. Now, what I'm going to be talking to you guys about is how basically the system is set up for you to fail and for you to feel depressed for the rest of your lives. So, to begin with, when you're born, you learn the basics. You learn how to walk, you learn how to eat, that kind of stuff, gradually. Well, that's probably the first 4 years of your life. Then you're put into education. That's another 12 years, maybe. Is it 12 to 18 years, I'd presume. And then after that, you're working for the rest of your life. Now, can you guys see what's wrong with that? Because I can. What you're doing is you're going through stages where the first 4 years are alright. You have to get off the ground. You're still a newborn or whatever. But then after that, you're put into an education system that in most countries is broke, especially in the Western countries, particularly the United Kingdom, where they don't teach you anything. They teach you some of the most useless shit that you'll never need in your lives. And you waste a lot of time going, you waste a lot of mental energy, and you don't get anything valuable out of it. Now, the next thing is, what they're meant to teach you is stuff like finances, stuff about sex education, about relationships, about how masturbation and porn are bad for you, and that kind of thing. But they don't teach you any of that. Interview tips, career advice, they'll very vaguely go into that kind of stuff, but it won't be anywhere in as much detail as you guys need it to be, or as we need it to be. And that's one of the things that always pissed me off about college, because people always determined your intelligence by your grades, and I know for a fact that that is not true. All them grades say is how much you've studied and how much you've memorized for an exam, because that's all exams are. They're not applicable in real world situations, which is why people probably after a university degree find it very difficult to get into a job straight away, unless you obviously know someone higher up, in which case that's a whole different story. But now, along with the fact that when you're at university, you're piling up a lot of student debt, and then you have to repay that back over the years, and they fool you into thinking that you'll be able to get this job and you'll pay it back quick, and all sorts of jargon. But the reality is that it takes time, and who knows, the interest rates, I know that in the UK the interest rates are going up, and that will be a massive blow to a lot of people, especially a lot of young people. And I really do feel for you guys, and I think it's difficult because you guys have been living under a false impression that you have to do these things in the correct order and you'll get somewhere in life. But they want to make it as difficult as possible for you to live your lives. What they want is they want you to basically pay for them, which is what you're doing. I mean, just think about the very higher ups in a lot of companies, and you're basically paying their wages. And what are they doing? A lot of them are doing fuck all. When you really think about it, yeah, they may go around here and there and they may film a few videos, but other than that, and they're making some decisions, but other than that, what are they really doing? It's those below that are suffering, and ironically it's those below that are keeping a lot of these companies alive and again profitable. But yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about that. And what I also wanted to talk about was the fact that if you look at the people that are teaching you, they're also brain dead. They're completely brain dead and washed, and society has completely conditioned them. They're completely broke. Otherwise they wouldn't really be in them sorts of jobs, and they're depressed as hell. They have to put on an act, and I think that's what really kills people, is when you have to put on an act that you're happy, but deep down inside you're depressed. And I kind of have a feel for, and I kind of know when people are depressed, regardless of how much they're acting, because you can just tell. And my gut always kind of kicks in, and I can kind of feel it. And it's difficult because you really want well for these people, but the problem is, if you try and tell someone something, they think you're stupid. And it's probably one of the reasons why I'm quite happy in life, because I don't take things for granted. I always think to myself every day, like, I'm so grateful to actually be alive. Whereas you look at, there's someone out there struggling for their lives, and I'm grateful for that. I'm also grateful for all the stuff around me. Like, you need to be appreciative of the things around you, like your family, your parents. And I know some of us nowadays take that for granted, and some of us don't even give a shit. Like, we'll just toss them to one side. So a lot of people, so something I find really bizarre is once someone's parents get old, they'll just chuck them into a retirement home without even thinking twice. And that, I don't know why you would do that. There's the very same people that gave birth to you. They gave birth to you and they raised you to be who you are, and now all of a sudden you're just going to chuck them into a care home. Like, where's the logic in that? Is that even morally right? I don't think so. So yeah, the government, I mean, some of the stuff that's going on with the government, they're increasing taxes across the board, they're increasing the national insurance, and notice how funny it is that they're keeping the rich and the poor are still poor, right? By doing all these things. I mean, what they could do really is, and a lot of people have spoken about it, they could tax the wealthy and not touch the poor, but that's their own decision, and they're doing that for a very good reason, because it also benefits them. And people who do that in life, whatever benefits them, they will jump on it. And it's not to say, look, with these YouTube videos, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, I want to provide value, but at the same time I want to make money from it. Now, I'm going to be very clear about that. I know a lot of people wouldn't really have the balls to say that kind of thing, but I wanted to say that, and I hope you guys realize where I'm coming from. All I want is a better future for myself, and I encourage the same for you guys. And I am sick to death of working for someone else and having to get up at the same time every day, go to work, come back home, and do the same shit, rinse and repeat 5-6 days a week. And another thing is, where even at work you're completely fooled. You think you're doing a 9-hour shift, but actually you have to take your commute time into consideration. You also have to take the time that it takes to put on your clothes. Right from the minute you put on your clothes to the minute you take off your clothes, that's where I would consider legit work time. Not from the minute you start your shift to the minute you end your shift. So in theory, for a lot of people, 9 hours may actually be 10.5, 11 hours, because of the commute times, the time they spent getting dressed, what have you. But again, that's a whole different video. But anyway, yeah, what I wanted to say is, if you guys are on this same kind of path, what I would highly encourage you guys to do is just to think about what you really want to do in life, and ask yourselves the question, do you guys really want to live the same kind of life that you're living now, or do you want something better for yourselves? Because I know what I want to do, and I'm taking action towards it, and one day I will be rewarded. I know that for certain. Now, that's all I have. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys have enjoyed, please do leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.